one of the things that I'm going to be doing, post this acquisition is I've started something called Impact 54. And I want to impact the 54 countries of the continent in some way. And I'm not sure yet what that is. I've just put it out there as my aspiration. Impact is really important for me. I mean, there's no point us doing a lot of things that we do unless we're going to create an impact. And that's, I think, something that I realized very early on in my life when I joined Barclays and I was head of their social responsibility programs. And for me, it's just so special to learn a lot about giving back and realizing that you don't always need to have money to give back. You can give back your time, you can give back in kind. But giving back is just important, and it's just as important for me as it is for the beneficiaries. So definitely everything that I want to do going forward will definitely have an impact part of that piece. I'm very excited with the role that I have in Edelman because it gives me much more scope when I look at the continent. So that's very exciting for me. I love what they're doing and I love to see how my brand is going to evolve with them. But for me personally, there's some really exciting things. I'm the chair of BOMA Pan-African, which is the non-humanitarian part of the Red Cross. So under that, we have the hotel school, we have Switch TV, we have the E+ ambulances, and we have BOMA hotels. And I'm loving that because I'm really hoping to grow that brand across the continent. So that's very exciting. I'm so excited for where Sauti Coup is going. I'm excited to be part of your journey.
You are.
And I'm really keen to having gone through this whole process of built a business, grown it, being acquired. What's really important is, how focused are you on building your business as opposed to just building your brand? Because to be honest with you, if you have a phone now, anybody can build a brand. It doesn't take that much. But are you building your businesses? Are you putting the structures in place? Are you putting the processes in place so that eventually at some point will somebody be able to come and say, actually, I want to acquire you? It's really, for me, it's been a huge learning curve because we're very focused on how many people follow us. To really know a person, a country, or a continent, we must listen intently to all of their stories. In order to rewrite. People say to me, oh my God, oh wow. But you know what, if you look at the 14 years at Barclays where I was building my brand, plus another 23, that's a long time. So I think sometimes young people are just not patient enough. It takes time. And we're going to have failure. We're going to, sometimes things are going to be totally awful, but we have to accept that. We have to embrace, success. We have to embrace failure. They go hand in hand. I've had so many failures, so many. Sometimes when you look at a tapestry, and you only see the beautiful finished product, behind that tapestry there's a whole lot of knots. We have to be very resilient. We have to have grit. We have to just carry on. We have to pick ourselves up. I'd like to dedicate this award to all the women that have come before me and to the ones that come after me. Thank you very much. I think for women, we're definitely treated differently. And that's, bias is not, it's not an accusation. It's just something that we have to mitigate. And I think I definitely mitigated that. Just putting my hand up more often to say, yes, I can. And I think as women, we don't put our hand up often enough. We're very risk averse, so we have to really be willing to take risks more often, but also just refusing to leave, and making sure that I was heard, being an absolute nuisance until I was. Because, we're not going to be asked to sit at the table voluntarily most times. We're going to have to take our seat and just say, well, I'm here. You need to hear me out. So it's been interesting because I will not allow anyone to put me down because of my gender. I'm such a big person for gender parity, and I know that businesses that are led by women do really well. There's a lot of statistics about women in business. So I think more women we need to put our hands up more often. So I always look at my journey in this way, in that I left Barclays as a very skilled PR practitioner. But I was not an entrepreneur. And I didn't realize at that time that I was going to become an entrepreneur. So I had no idea of the kicks and the knocks that I was going to have in this journey. I think sometimes we try too hard to be popular. And that's normal for people younger. And now, as I said, I'm going to be 60 next year, and so that's sort of heading towards the evening of my life. In the morning of your life, what's true to you in the morning is probably a lie to you by the evening. So what's important to you when you start out is it's all about popularity. It's all about wanting to get the title, the awards, all those things. And then as you get through life, you realize, well, actually, they're not that important. And you change as a person. So as I now head towards the evening of my life, a lot of those things are not really important. What's more important for me is much more a calling of my soul, and just finding my true north and just staying very, very focused on where my true north is.
When you think about investing in sports in this country, the conversation tends to be framed around the idea of building stadiums, 50,000-seater stadiums, 60,000-seater stadiums. But
I think I was very lucky to have the family that I have. But they kept me very centered, very grounded. They totally weren't impressed with a lot of things that I was impressed with. So they were very like, okay, well, that's cool, but, and they'd always give me the but, which I really enjoyed, and I was very grateful for. But I also surrounded myself with some really incredible people, some great mentors, people that I looked up to who had done really well in businesses, and always had people, have a separate set of eyes to look at my business and my work, and I think that was really important. But at the end of the day, it's time. It's just time that you just have to give it, and you have to, you have to keep going. It's very easy to give up. It's much harder to just stay. I'm very grateful for the life I have. I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I have. I'm also grateful for the opportunities that I've missed, because then I'm excited for what's around the corner. And I think that's the other thing, is that we keep beating ourselves up over things that should have been, could have been. I just don't do that. Whatever's past is past. I'm just looking ahead.
I'm going to start this conversation. I'm not going to introduce you. You need no introduction, for heaven's sake.
I get very excited and I get very touched when people text or contact me through social media telling me I've inspired them, or that they are where they are because they spent time with us, and we groomed them. And so for me, that legacy is there. I really feel I just need to carry on building on it. But I do feel there has been legacy already in my business. I mean, it's been amazing. We've had so many people come through the doors, and people that have come completely raw, and we've trained, mentored them, given them spiritual, nourishment almost, and they've gone out there and they've been able to conquer the world. And I think that just makes I'm so grateful for those people, and I'm so grateful, for the opportunities I've had to help so many people. To kind of look at the 21 years that we've been in business, and usually in the old days when you turned 21, your parents gave you the key,
yes,
to the world, and it was really almost like it was symbolic for me.
Yeah.
I don't regret the mistakes I've made, because I've grown from them as a person. And you know what? I think that's it, is that we just have to learn. We have to, each moment it's all about learning. We're continuously learning. First of all, being kind and being your own best friend is really important. And I think, a lot of it is about spending time on your own and really getting to know who you are. Because sometimes we're so busy we're so busy being out with the crowd that we really don't even know who we are as ourselves. So I've spent a lot of time alone. I really know myself quite well. I do a lot of self-talk and lead myself on. I'm a great cheerleader of myself. And I try not to beat myself too much when things don't go well. But I'm also very, very fortunate to have incredibly strong women in my corner. I'm one of 4 sisters. I have 3 older sisters who are incredible and amazing, and I look up to them. But I also have really incredible women friends. Not many. I'm very selective on who I give my BFF status to. But the ones I have are amazingly strong and loyal. And I hope that I am that to them, and I will do whatever I can to support them. But I think, women who have, reached a certain level in their lives it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to be kind to each other. It's our responsibility to reach out to women, to say, I know what you're going through in your journey. I was there once too. How about doing it this way? And I try to do that. But you know, it's only strong women that support other women, you know, so I like to see myself as a strong woman. And I really think I'm surrounded by incredibly strong women, and I'm so grateful.
I hope that this will be an indication that dreams do come true.
I would like to really inspire women to put your hand up more, just say yes. You'll figure out how to do it later. Not everybody has the answers right away, but we can figure things out. Women are amazing. We're strong, we're resilient. We find solutions, and we will always find a solution. So I really hope I can encourage to say yes more.